So what's up, my beautiful entrepreneurial friends? Check out this kid, full Brazilian wax, 5 cents. You definitely got to start him young. So I'm going to show you guys a case study today. I'm going to show you how we went from closing 1 in 7 of our high ticket sales, which was about 14%, and obviously not serving as many people as we wanted, to going to 3 in 5 and getting 60%. Now, if you're selling something for $5,000 or more, that was a difference monetarily of $50,000 a month. And the much deeper benefit of that was, I got to travel with my girlfriend, have some peace of mind, some breathing room, hire people to do the parts of the business I wasn't enjoying, get some speaking stuff, and really have more of an impact and serve more people. And I'm going to show you how you can do this right now. And it really just involves 2 things, which is setting expectations and authority. So really quickly, just show you the numbers. Where is it? If you're like most people, by the way, probably got some kind of calendar / Woofu application. This was ours right here, the one that has 130. And of course, probably 40% of people don't fill out the Woofu. So you're looking at probably, 40% more than that, whatever that is. And if you're like most people, what happens is when they book a call with you, even if they watch your webinar, usually it means the earliest they're going to get an appointment is 24 hours from now. And sometimes it's going to be 48 to 72 hours. And if you work with a busy market like we did with lawyers, sometimes it can be even 3 to 4 weeks out for some really busy people. But I would say 48 hours is pretty typical. Now, the challenge with this is in that 48 hours between when they watch their webinar or your webinar or your VSL or your email or your Facebook Live or whatever it is, a lot of shit happens. So this is how I show it. Me and life goals and the internet getting in the way. This is pretty much what happens for them is a lot of things happen between now and then. And so we came up with a solution that was really, really simple, which is to add this thank you page after. And what's interesting is this page is really, really simple. I'm going to show you a really, really cool hack in just a second. So there's a 90-second video in here, and all it does is just tell them the 3 things they can expect on the call, the benefits of it. Because, again, a lot of life can happen. They don't necessarily know what they're getting themselves in for. So this just says, here's what you can expect. Here's why you're going to want to show up for it. And if you're like most people, you probably have a certain percentage of people who don't show up. This will help with the people who don't show up. Now, this is the really interesting part that we had, which is we didn't really have any social proof and testimonials. So interestingly enough, these are all people who were part of the 6 and 7 who didn't book a call or didn't sign up to work with us. So we figured, hey, we got them on the call. Hey, can we ask for your feedback? And we got feedback and use these as testimonials on our actual landing page. So if you click on them, you can actually listen to an audio and hear that person's individual testimonial. Now, that's really powerful, again, because these are people who didn't buy from us because we didn't have a whole bunch of case studies and things like that we could showcase. So this is something you can do right away. Anytime you get somebody on the phone and for whatever reason it's not a fit or they say no or they don't have the money, it's still an opportunity for you to get a testimonial from them. And so originally all we had to make the initial bump was these 2 things. And of course, as we got going, we added more things. So I'll show you some of the other things. But initially, this was the only 2 things we had to bump. Now, as well, we had some of our magazine articles. So to show you really quickly, I wrote for the biggest magazine in our industry. And that's a whole thing in itself because, it's fairly easy to actually write for a magazine. I had no idea. Really, they need articles. If you just write good stuff and ask them if they need them, usually they'll do it. And then we started to add the speaking stuff as well as some interviews, some actual case studies, client testimonials, interviews with clients. But initially, it was just these 2 things, a little expectation video, and then people who didn't work with us. Now, having said that, I think 1 or 2 of these we did actually work with. But, doing this makes a pretty big difference if you're doing Woofus, like, if you got 130 of them, and again, it's a $5,000 more or sale, this can be the difference between you affording to hire somebody and take all the work you don't enjoy doing, whether it's posting or Facebook Lives or Facebook ads. Having a person be able to do that is, just a little difference in your monthly income and your closing ratio. So I hope that was really cool and shows you what's really possible and how simple it can be, because almost nobody else I know is getting testimonials from their turn downs or people they didn't work with. But this is so powerful. And then setting the expectations. And what you'll find is if you do this, more people will show up And the people who show up will be more serious to work with you because they've had a chance to kind of indoctrinate themselves to who you are, how you might be able to help them solve their problem, and so forth. So hope that makes sense, and hope that was super helpful, and may the force be with you.